Hey guys, today I'm going to do like a quick analysis video of the MarioKart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave 2. So as you can see, we're getting 8 new tracks for Wave 2. I just wanted to analyze this. Our first one here is a brand new tracks, Sky High Sunday. You can see it's kind of reminiscent of Fall Guys in a way with the colors. See, it's new, by the way, side it says new. And it's one of the few tracks that's only anti-gravity, which I think is pretty interesting. If you look back a second, hang on. If you look back a second, you can see that there's other routes to this track. I like that little helicopter pad, that's kind of cool. You go up here, you go up here, so it doesn't look like there's any upside down section, but you look under there. If you look over here, there's an item box. So clearly you can go under that somehow. Let's move on, and then see, it's a really nice looking track. It says Sky High Sunday will be added to MarioKart Tour at a later date. So clearly it's going to be compatible with Tour, but I guess that kind of dumbs the track down a little bit, unfortunately. And move on to our next course, Calamari Desert. You can already see plenty of differences here. It's based on the Tour version, so like you go up the ramp and stuff. There's also item boxes on the track. So that clearly shows that we'll be able to go on the track. Now, I've watched my fair share of analysis videos, and what they've concluded is, actually, I was going to slow it down. So what we concluded is that you can actually, what am I trying to say here, is you can go on the track for part of the, you can go on the railroad. So that's pretty cool, I think. Oh, now we move on to our... So as you can see, we go back a second. We're back to, okay, they spent like 2 seconds on Calamari Desert. Anyways, we've analyzed that on the Japanese website. You can see there's a finish line on the track. Sorry, I'm talking slow. That there's a finish line on the tracks, like as you go into the cave. So that's actually really cool. And I think it's based on Tour, so it's kind of like a lap/section-based track, and I love the section-based track. So I think it's going to be a pretty interesting track. And as you can see, the textures are obviously not great. Now we move on to our next track, Mario Circuit 3 from SNES. Now what I do understand here is why they didn't do 1 or 2. No, I'm not saying Circuit 3 is a worse track, I'm just saying 2 has been ported a lot, and I personally really like the course. I mean, 9-year-old me couldn't tell the difference in Mario Kart 7 between a retro and new track, so I always thought it was a super awesome track because of the ramp at the end with the glider. So I thought that was already in this game until I realized it's not. So I don't know why they didn't put 2 or 1, because that's like the first Mario Kart track. You can see all these are pulled straight out of Tour. Now we move on to Mushroom Gorge, which is a fan favorite track, and you can see it looks decent. I think this one's in Tour, but I'm not entirely sure. I probably should have done research before this video. We'll go through here. You can see that this cave section is really cool. So you can see you bounce off that. This blue mushroom here will actually is actually a glider section, so you can glide. And there's actually 3 routes to this, which is kind of interesting. And you can see those item boxes are a lot higher than they were in the Wii version. Then move on here to our next track, Sydney Sprint from Mario Kart Tour. You can see it has the Opera House, and remember, all the players are racing this way toward the screen, remember that. So if you go here, you drive through, there's an amusement park, a gliding section. The textures look okay. This section I haven't played Mario Kart Tour, guys, but this section right here I've heard is new. And there's also, as you can see through that grass section, that could be a massive shortcut if you have mushrooms. And obviously the textures don't look great. Up here, it shows more of it. Now remember, they're going back that way. That's pretty cool. And of course, Waluigi Pinball. This track looks sick. It's pulled straight out of Tour, unfortunately, but it actually does look updated. It looks like they put a bit more effort into it than they did the other tracks. There's Waluigi himself. And overall, it just looks like a really nice track. It's nice to look at. Like, all the neon colors just look really cool in 8. And yeah, I don't think there's much else to say besides they could have probably done a bit more, but they're spending a lot of time on it. They know everyone loves this track. And Snowland, this one is pretty interesting. So you look over here, it looks like there's a massive shortcut in that off-road section. This is a GBA track, so it's completely flat. In a lot of the reactions I've seen, people tend to really like this course. I haven't played too much of Mario Kart Super Circuit. I have it, but I haven't really played much of it. As you can see, now if you look over here, there's just like looks like this massive shortcut. I don't know if they would actually let you do that shortcut, but it's entirely possible that they would. Overall, this looks like a really good track. I forgot to mention, this was not in Tour, so it actually looks half decent because it's not pulled from Tour. And let's just go back to it for a second. Oh, really? Okay. So you look back to it. So it looks really good. I think it looks really good. It's not pulled from Tour, so it's entirely new. And now we're on to our last course, New York Minute from Mario Kart Tour. It looks okay. I don't like that they put the Tour art style in it, though. I'm not a huge fan of that. I think it could look a lot better, but it looks pretty good overall. I mean, you've got like the Empire State Building and whatnot, all that New York stuff. And that about wraps it up for today. I don't think there's really too much else. As you can see, that's the order of the track. It starts with New York Minute, then Mario Circuit 3, then Calamari Desert, then Waluigi Pinball is the Turnip Cup, and then, did I say that right, Turnip Cup? And then the Helicopter Cup is Sydney Sprint, Snowland, Mushroom Gorge, and the new track Sky High Sunday. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty good wave. I'm excited to do. Hopefully, I can do a first impressions video. So yeah, that's about it. So you guys want to see more coverage and stuff? Well, I guess you don't really need to. I've done all the analyzing I need. But I'll about wrap it up for this video, I guess. I'm excited for Wave Tour. You guys let me know in the comments. And comment and subscribe. Bye.